Hello Capricorn, this is your May forecast. There's a lot of retrograde activity happening in the heavens this month. Not only is Mars still retrograde until the end of June, but we've also got Mercury retrograde until the 23rd of this month. So when there are so many retrograde activities, this is a wonderful time for reassessing, re-evaluating things in your life. And it is not a time for pushing forward with things. It's a time almost for backing off and taking another different look, a different perspective, because you see, this Mars energy for you this month is happening in your 12th house. So really, Capricorns, this would be a good month to make sure you get plenty of solitude. You get plenty of quiet moments, because in those quiet moments you're going to find out things about yourself that you didn't know. You're going to be able to get to the root of things that maybe have bothered you. Some old fears, you might be able to release those and let go of lots of old baggage and really feel just much lighter and brighter. Because you see, on the other hand, we've got a lot of activity happening in this 5th house, which is the 5th house of creativity, the 5th house of finding your unique self. And we've got on the 6th of the month a lovely new moon happening in this 5th house. So it's a big focus. Now the 5th house is the house of romance. So it's quite possible that a new romance could begin. But I am going to caution you that with the Mercury retrograde here and that Mars retrograde, is that you go rather slowly into a new romance if that's what happens for you, and you don't rush at it. And you see how things are at the beginning of July when we are well past that Mars retrograde energy. Now this 5th house activity here is very much wanting you to focus on joy in your life, focus on things that give you pleasure. All too often, Capricorns, you are awfully serious. Yes, I know, you do like to feel productive. You do like to feel as though you're doing something useful. And towards the end of the month, planetary aspects will help you more in that direction. But for the first 3 weeks of the month, really focus on anything creative that you enjoy, and that wouldn't only include art and music, that could include creating computer software. I mean, there are many ways of being creative, not just in the traditional way that people see it as being artistic or musical. Maybe you knit, maybe you garden, maybe you cook. Many different ways this is triggering that creativity so that you can get yourself into the zone, so you can get out of the time issue, because Capricorn, you are very often run by time. Yes, you're watching this and this appointment and this time, and this is really wanting you to let go of this somewhat rigidity that some of you do have around time, and to give yourself a little bit more leeway. It's a very important month, especially with Mars retrograde, to remember to take time in between tasks. To take some time out just to breathe, to look at the garden, to look at the trees, to listen to the birds, to look at the flowers that are coming up now, all those kinds of things. To take your mind off work, so that when you come back to work, you feel really you're going to be so much more productive and you're going to get so much more done. So that's wonderful, isn't it, Capricorns? Now, on the 21st of May, we've got the Sun coming into your 6th house. And at the same time, on that same date, we've also got a full moon happening in your 12th. So we've got this aspect of 6th and 12th houses coming up towards the end of the month, the last week of the month. And let me just add that on the 25th of the month, we've got Venus coming into this 6th house of work. So what this is about, first of all, you're going to get some good aspects. These are nice aspects for your work area. If you've been looking for a job, chances are during Mercury retrograde, you may well find that job. It's also going to be a good time for taking care of your health and your well-being. And you may also want to focus on volunteering, helping out, doing something that helps others in some way. And the full moon is really shining a light on you working with your inner self. Yes, doing some inner work, maybe looking at your spiritual side more, maybe delving into astrology, delving into some research. Yes, just going down a little bit of a rabbit hole and finding something that really interests you, that you can read about, reflect about, go deeper into. And it may also help you to release and surrender and let go more. Very often, Capricorns, you really are wanting to be in control of everything. This is not a month with Mars retrograde to be in control. It's a month to let go and to allow the universe to take you where you are supposed to be going. So I hope you enjoyed your forecast for May. I wish you a wonderful month. Thank you very much for commenting, sharing and subscribing. Bye for now.